for 6 months proviso that I would get the Cert 4 in training and assessment. Now, because he'd been here before, so he did the same journey as me some years before as a bomb, so he knew what it was like with qualifications and things. So he said to me, right, you need stability, I'll help you get the qualification you need. So he got me in touch with a very recognised RTO in Adelaide, who had a look at my qualifications and said, right, you've done this, that and the other, we need to transfer you to the Australian system, ASQA and all the rest of it. So I went and did some workshops and things, and my previous knowledge and some evidence I showed him, and after a few months I got Cert 4 in
I think that's
assessment.
a really good point. A lot of the migrants and people in general sometimes undermine this concept of having the Australian standards qualifications, because a lot of the things we do here, though it's married or copied to some extent on the other UK or American standards, but it's not quite the same, is it? You need to make sure that you have the technical skills and the competencies to operate in Australia.
Yes, you do, and you do have the qualifications, but you need to get, the British qualification, but you need to get your skills transferred to Australia. It makes life a lot easier.
That's right. Yeah.
When you're applying for, not that I've applied for another job, because I've been here for 20 years. This is probably, you could say it's my third job.
Well, it gives you legitimacy, even in your current role, people would ask you about your qualifications. Then you've got the Australian qualifications, so that's that brings you up to the standard. I want to talk to you about skills. I often break skills down into two baskets: technical skills and the soft skills. To some extent, the technical skills are the ones that you learn at doing those qualifications. Can you talk to me a bit about the technical skills that you need in your role, that you have had in your role?
The skills you have in your role is obviously for training and development skills, and you can never get enough training and development skills. I've done a lot of training and development in my life. I've got a diploma in vocational educational training now, and a diploma in design as well. So and all of them, and the ones I got from the UK as well, and it shows you different methods of teaching and things, so it can make you diverse. That's one thing, especially in this job, you need to be diverse. And when I interview people, I say I expect you to be able to train on the back of a toilet door if need be, because you go to places.
Exactly. So one day you'll be training on a retail shop, the other day you'll be training at the CBA, flashy bank. You could be training at the airport for bomb threats and
or
stuff
you could
like
just be in a shopping centre.
That's right.
In a cafe where you're getting all the tenants together, or you could be in Telstra, where you've got a big auditorium, you've got your PowerPoint presentation, huge great screen, and you're speaking to 200 people.
Exactly. And so you're in the business of saving lives.
Yes.
And in that regard, you need to be training them to the right.
That's right. To
give them the right knowledge, give them the right skills. So that falls into the category of technical skills for me. So what are the fire emergency skills that you need?
Look, there isn't necessarily a qualification, but more the underpinning knowledge of things, right? So I went on a fire engineering, building fire safety graduate certificate up here at QUT, which taught me a lot. The information they gave us as a year was more than you require for this job. However, there's a lot of stuff you can learn from there, which I pass for basic information to new trainers now. It's things like fire doors. What's the fire resistance level? Fire door you can use as for compartmentation. You can put someone mobility impaired behind it. Okay, if there's a raging fire going on, obviously the fire service they've got more chance of living. You've got smoke detectors. So what's the difference between a smoke detector and a thermal detector? So you can identify those, which is quite simple. So why do you put a thermal detector in the kitchen as opposed to a smoke detector? Well, obviously because there's lots of smoke in kitchens, you might be getting unwanted alarms. So there's a lot of technical aspects like that, because people do ask you in training sessions, and in our industry, although they call us fire wardens, we actually train for fire, train for bomb threats, armed offender, gas leaks, all sorts of different things. So, but people think you're an expert in fire.
That's right. Yeah.
So you're not necessarily not expert as in maintenance of fire equipment, but you would know what a emergency light is. You'd know what a sprinkler is. You know what a smoke detector is, and you can answer them confidently.
That's the point. Answer them confidently. Now you're talking about compliance here. So obviously there is an element of legal and compliance that, in terms of the skills that you need to
Yes.
possess as well. Can you talk to us about it? Is it about knowing the standards, knowing the legislation?
Yeah, you need to know. So we train under AS